Hey friends, welcome back to Millennial Realtor Monday. Woo woo! All right, so today's topic is the process of buying a home. So by the end of this video, you will know step by step of basically what it takes to buy a home. And I also am going to give you guys my buyer guide, so make sure you stick around to the very end so you know how to get just that, all right? And if you're new here, I am Keyra Ford. My channel talks about real estate tips and tricks, dance fitness go-tos, and much, much more, all right? So let's get into the process of buying a home. All right, guys, so basically when it comes to buying a home, we already know the first step, which is getting pre-approved, which check out my video here that will kind of go into all the details of getting pre-approved. Second one is to consult with a real estate agent so you can hire them. Woo woo! And I'm gonna go into a little bit more details, but I just wanted to name off each one. And then after you hire a real estate agent, you want to then start looking for houses. That is the fun part about real estate, okay? That's when we're looking at the houses, but that's not all real estate. That's not all about buying a home. You have to get that pre-approval letter so you can, what you can afford, and then of course, hiring someone who is knowledgeable of the areas. After you have looked at houses, the next step to do is make an offer. Boom! Once you make an offer, then we're under contract, then you have the inspection, you have the mortgage, making sure your mortgage is gonna go through financing, and then you have the title search. And then guess what? After all that, what do? You close, and guess what? After that, you celebrate. Boom, boom! So let's dive into the first one a little bit more, which is getting pre-approved. All right, so the number one thing is to get pre-approved. So make sure your financing is secured. You want to make sure your credit score is up to par. You want to make sure job stability, so don't change a lot of jobs if you're looking to buy a house. Also debt to income. You want to make sure that you don't have too much debt because they're not going to think that you can afford that much of a house. And the last thing is credit use. You don't want to use too much of your credit cards. Of course, it's good to, swipe the credit card and then pay it off, but don't just swipe it and never pay it off. So once you have your finances secured and you know what you can afford, that leads us to the next step, which is hiring an agent. All right, so when hiring a real estate agent, you want to make sure that they have some great experience, you want to make sure they have local knowledge, and you also want to make sure they communicate well. So when it comes to experience, you just need to ask them, tell me about how long you've been in real estate. Ask, basic questions. Also, local knowledge. Ask them what areas have they serviced. Are they all over DFW or do they specialize? You want to ask them, do they know the difference between buyer's market versus seller's market? Typical things like that, and negotiating skills. The last thing is communication. You want to make sure they communicate. I can talk. They communicate quickly and they're easy to get a hold of. So those are the top things that I would say when thinking about hiring real estate agents. They have to have those things, okay? All right, next up is viewing properties that fit your criteria and your budget. So this is the fun part, okay? After you get secured financing, after you hired your real estate agent, now it's time to go look at houses. This is the part that everyone loves until it starts to get mundane. Then they're like, okay, where is my house? But when it comes to looking at houses, you want to make sure that you're looking at the top 4 things, which is roof. You want to make sure foundations look good. You want to make sure plumbing is good. And then you want to also check electric issues that might come about. So those are the top things that I would say when looking at houses, your agent should guide you in, all right? Moving on to the next thing. All right, next is once you've looked at properties and you know which one you like, it's time to make an offer. Woo woo! Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. So when it comes to offers, okay, you need to make sure you know what you want to offer, the price. You want to know move-in date. You also want to know, if they do not like your offer, what are you willing to counter offer? So there's so many things that go into actually making an offer that a lot of people don't understand. But that's one thing that you don't have to know because that's why you hire a real estate agent. All right, moving on to the next thing is you're under contract. Once you've made the offer, both parties have agreed, you've agreed, and so has the sellers. Woo woo! Now we're under contract. Now it is time to get to business. Now it's time to do your earnest money, which I've made a video on what is earnest money. You put your option fee, which is optional. You don't have to do this fee, but majority of people do pay that fee. That fee usually is anywhere from $100 to $300. After you put in your option fee, next is to get an inspection. An inspection is not to scare you guys. It is there to basically let you know what you are buying, okay? You wouldn't just, I guess, buy a camera and not know what all features come with it, correct? All right, so that's the same thing with buying a house. You have to get an inspection, and typically that's anywhere from like $250 to like $600. Just depends on who you decide to go with, okay? And once you're done with your inspection, then there is the appraisal. You wanna make sure that the appraisal goes out. They check the home for the value. You wanna make sure it matches up, because if it doesn't, sometimes you have to pay out of pocket if you've signed an appraisal addendum or addendum. So it's a lot that goes into it, okay, guys? So once you're under contract, you've made it through that inspection part, the lender says that you will be financed for the loan amount. Then the title company is going through, making sure that there's no liens on the house and all that fun stuff. Next thing is closing. Woo, woo! Everyone is so excited about closing. Closing is when you have to bring, of course, 2 forms of ID. You want to make sure you bring your social security card, and you want to either wire your money or bring a money order. So get ready, bring a pen, and buckle up, because there's a lot of things to sign. But typically at closing, what we do is we sign all these papers. We make sure that we're switching the title out of the seller's name into your name, and then we're switching over the deed to you. So that is typically the process of buying a house, which is a lot. I know a lot of people think real estate agents don't do that much work, which is false. We do a lot of stuff. We are the middleman. We connect with the mortgage lender. We talk to the title company. We connect with the inspectors. We help with the appraising, and then of course, we service you. So there's a lot that goes into buying a house. So the most important thing about this video is, of course, this is the process, but you wanna really make sure that you find an agent who you like, because you are gonna most likely spend anywhere from a month to 6 months with them. And once again, I am in the DFW area. If you are looking for a real estate agent and you're looking to buy, ding, 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 I am your girl, or looking to sell, I'm your girl. I would be more than happy to service you. My information is above. Reach out, I would love to hear from you, and we can set up a consultation to see where you guys are. So, with that being said, I hope this video helps. I hope you understand the whole process of buying a house, which yes, that was a mouthful. Go back, rewatch it several times until you get it. Also, make sure you put a little emoji like this up, and I will send you my buyer's guide, which will go through everything that we just talked about, and it should be able to be that guide for you when deciding to buy a house. Guys, I hope this helps you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see you then.